Hello, everyone. This is Devann Edwards, aka Devann the Connector, connecting you to the knowledge that will empower yourself. Happy weekend, happy Saturday. Just coming to you with something that was on my mind. Two understandings to help you connect to the knowledge that will empower yourself. Two understandings that actually helped me connect to the knowledge that will empower yourself. And I want to tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was in the library, and I was wondering, like, how can I solve this problem? How can I improve myself every day and all these other things? And then I was just walking, and like, I don't know, I just looked at a book, and I was like, oh, whoa, that seems interesting. Let me scroll through it. And the book was called Spirit Hacking by Shaman Durek. It's a very interesting book. I recommend you read it. So basically, I was reading that the whole time I was in the library. This happened when I was in America, actually, a few years ago, but probably about 2 years, 2 or 1 year. But anyways, and there was so many like jewels that was in there that I could use in real time, and so many jewels that I could apply to my philosophy and my approach to life. And one of the quotes that I actually noted down, and that he mentioned about educating ourselves about ourselves. And the quote was, I'm going to read it for you. The quote was, an uneducated person believes that the world is exactly as they perceive it because they are ignorant. And an educated person knows that there are many doorways, and that even if they haven't explored those doorways, and even if they can't perceive those doorways exist. An educated person doesn't shut down access to those doorways by condemning them as nonsense and invalidating their existence just because they are not familiar with them. Now, if you want to hear that quote again, rewind. But that one stood out to me. And from that alone, I gained two concepts or two philosophies that could help me to be more and do more. And number one was the understanding of ignorance and problems. And number one is, being stuck is not your problem. Ignorance is your problem. Ignorance, literally, is it's either knowledge or ignorance. And usually, most of the time, we are ignorant of a thing. We may be ignorant that there's actually a better way to consume water, or a better way to eat food that's right for our bodies, or might be ignorant to just literally a better version of something we're already doing that could actually enhance our life. And often we're ignorant because we don't want to research, or we're familiar with what we're currently surrounded by. And we don't and even though there's other doorways, and there's other things that you can explore, most people have been conditioned to just take a linear route and accept what is given to them. And that often causes problems. And ignorance is that problem, because often we're not aware of it, or we don't take time to evaluate ourselves. So number one is, being stuck is not your problem, because you may think, oh, you can't afford this, or you may think you're not capable of completing this task. You may not feel like you can do something that you're passionate about, or do something you desire. But it's often not the case. There may be something that you're ignorant of that could help you alleviate that problem. And number two is, there's some things about yourself that you don't know. There is some things about yourself that you don't know. Like, ask yourself, do you really know yourself? Like, what? Like, what's the cause of why you're here on this earth? Like, do you know? Could that be something that can help your growth? Perhaps. Like, what are your triggers? What are your triggers? What makes you happy? What are your strengths? All these things that once upon a time we didn't know. But if you take a step back, we realize that that something about ourselves, or those some things about ourselves, ended up being the catalyst for our growth. And sometimes even now, things that can be a catalyst for your growth that you are not aware of. So yeah, so again, that's number two. Number two is there's some things about yourself you don't know, and that something about ourselves can be a catalyst for our growth. And that's just a short thing I wanted to really communicate to you guys. So I hope you guys got value of that. I just want to really encourage you guys to tap in and evaluate yourself more, especially during these times. It's a great time to evaluate yourself. Like evaluate yourself more, and strive to the realization that you can do more. And when you do more, you realize you can do more. You know. And again, this is not a message. This is a message not only for myself, but it's for you. And I do hope it helps. So stay empowered. Take time to connect to yourself. Evaluate your perceptions. Evaluate your philosophies. Evaluate the things that's not serving you. Evaluate your strengths. Evaluate your weaknesses. And ask yourself, how can I do more? How can I do more to empower myself? How can I connect to the knowledge that will empower myself? And if you want to find out a bit more about the ways that I do, stay tuned to all my social media channels, and drop a comment below if you have something to share about these two understandings and whether you found value in this video. So again, see you on the next video. See you on the next post. This is Devann Edwards, aka Devann the Connector, connecting you to the knowledge that will empower yourself. Take care, and just remember, the connection continues. Take care.